Alright folks, we are ready for our next run. Get ready for some Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 by Dan the VP. Take it away.
Good morning, everybody. If you're on my side of the world, I am Dan the VP. I've got Bobby the Blacktastic with me, going to be doing some legwork on commentary. How you doing, Bobby?
Yeah, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 is an amazing game. I can't wait for this category to be showed off to all of you people here.
All right, we're going to jump right in. We're doing episode 1. We are doing normal type. And y'all donated a bunch of money really quickly, so we're going to play on veteran. Time's going to start whenever I take control of our main character, Zangetsu, so I'll give a countdown in just a moment. So that's going to be 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and we're in it.
I really do love how this stage looks. I mean, like, Indie Creates definitely did a really good job in just sprucing up the environments of each and all 8 stages. But welcome everybody to Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. This game actually came out in like 2020. So Indie Creates still kind of like pulling off that retro-esque modern style. This is a true sequel to Curse of the Moon 1, released back in 2018. So obviously we're playing as the main character, Zangetsu, once again. We're gonna outfit him with you know, some different sub weapons like here and there, but the real meat and potatoes is gonna be the partners that we accrue along the way. We got 3 new partners this time around, each with their own different unique skill set, various sub weaponry. I'll get into a bit more detail with them as soon as we go out, you know, and acquire them. But, you know, Dominique and Robert and Hachi, just remember those names and we'll get into a little bit of who they are, where they fit in the lore and then all that stuff. But they're all really cool. Zangetsu still pretty much cut and dry. We are playing the normal style. So this is going to be like as much of Castlevania, classic NES Castlevania as you would expect. Zangetsu will walk, he will jump, and he will slice. You want to slice in the air, or you want to kind of like do any sort of sub weaponry in the air, just so that you don't, you know, come to a dead halt with your momentum. So, you know, very nice usage of damage boosting, just trying to make sure you're, you know, to keep moving. And then we're almost to that boss. What you also want to make sure is that you might want to be at a 0 with your weapon points, the little you know, blue potions that you see Dan picking up right there.
You know, we've also kind of optimized. I think level 1 and level 2 we can get away with not getting a 1-up at the end, which saves like a fraction of a second, but it's there.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to kind of like, you know, retro-esque platformers like these, you want to save like every second, every frame that you can possibly get when it comes to attaining a high time in a speedrun. All right, coming up is the Drago Symbiote. Don't ask me how to spell that, but it is a dragon with a platypus tail, and what can you not love about that?
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, what more needs to be said?
All right, so this guy's gonna be actually a little bit annoying with the swath of fire headed your way, but we're actually gonna be using some really good damage stacking with the magic charm and some normal attacks just to whittle his HP down to a near 0. There are actually like a lot of different ways that this fight can go about because of the different categories in this game. There's a hard type variant of this boss where he has more HP and different attacks, even faster attacks. Even for just normal mode, we can make use of the magic charm, and we can get our kill stealed by our first partner, Dominique.
Zangetsu teleports there wherever you are on the stage. That's yeah. Now we got a friend.
Dominique, member of the church. For those people who might have played Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is like kind of like the real, you know, Egavania, you know, the real vision, if you will. Dominique is a member of the church, come to expel the demons from the night, you know, that has come from the moon. Okay, listen. Look, if you're not into Bloodstained lore, you're gonna get really confused really quick. Moon bad, and things that come from Moon bad. All right.
More importantly, Dominique can jump high, which is good.
Absolutely. Yeah, Dominique is kind of like our Miriam replacement. If you played through Christian Moon 1, Miriam can kind of jump high as well. Dominique kind of has that same high jump, but with the ability to use her spear into play. So you can see us pogoing, and we can actually factor the outcome, whether it's a neutral pogo, a left pogo, or right pogo, by just holding that direction on the D-pad or whatever controller you may use. But
yeah, it ends up being really unique because you can, like, since the jumps are all kind of predetermined after you leave the ground, the pogo lets you jump left and then pogo right, or you know, jump right and pogo neutral, which ends up being really beneficial in a lot of the platforming on normal difficulty, or normal style, I should say.
Yeah, so essentially, like, you know, a bit of a double jump. Picked up a pretty important sub weapon for Miriam Dominique a little bit later on. But yeah, that lance kind of allows us to do a Eric Lacard-esque sort of spear pogo, and allows us to attain great height with it, and really good navigating throughout this entire stage. You can just kind of see the Castlevania influence. Oh, it should be good. We got the door.
I'm gonna swap to Zangetsu a couple times just in case I take damage, because I don't want to die with Dominique right here. All right, got the first upgrade.
Do you get both upgrades in this category, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I will today. Going for a PB, I think I can't remember what the record grabs at this point. I think we skip, I know we skip the armor, and I think we skip one of the hearts. But we grab all of the weapon points just because it's on normal, the boss fights use up all the weapon points just about.
And it's so fascinating that we're still talking about evolving strategies in a speed game like this, like today, like just keeping the content fresh. We got Lubius, who is quite the monster, with nearly 100 HP. But you can see Dominique and the stacking of her sub weapon, just easily able to take that monster down.
I still don't think we know how that actually works, because that the boss takes damage when the sub-weapon's off screen somewhere. And yeah, it dies quickly.
And we get our as you can see, we get our kill stealed by Robert, our third overall member of the party. The gunslinger can also crawl through small spaces, and also wall cling, jump from walls. Like, teamwork is really making the dream work when it comes to like the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 like platforming. Like the kind of inspiration for this game, which was kind of like born from Castlevania 3, there are differing paths that you can take depending on the character that you have, and because there are more characters in the game. But there might be shortcuts. They might be integral to completing the story, to having a good ending in episode 2. There's just a lot of elements to that, those paths branching off and all that. But
yeah, the game kind of came out of nowhere, and I definitely wasn't expecting so much of a bigger game compared to Christian 1.
Again, I'm just such an Inti Creates like fan. Like, they really do know how to add modern touches to, you know, retro experiences. These are the developers that worked on like Mega Man 9 and 10.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh, that's quite all right though.
That damage boost is like the worst, because that guy does double damage.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean,
Zangetsu
They
is
will-
thankfully the most expendable character in just about every level once we get characters other than Zangetsu.
yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, in Ultimate Mode, it's a little bit different because Zangetsu has your main method of movement, which is just running fast. But these characters move at the precise same speed as Zangetsu when they're walking.
Yeah.
So as long as you can, hold your own. Robert does have a little bit of a fragile health bar, but Dominique is still pretty healthy and able to attack from pretty much all cardinal direct, or all up, down, left, right directions.
Yeah, Zangetsu does the most damage, but has no extra platforming even on his sub weapons. So we can make it through. I'll probably you can retry in this game, and it'll spawn you at the nearest checkpoint. So I will do that eventually, just so we can show off the actual strats for the final boss and have everybody involved.
Speaking of having everybody involved, I'm sorry to break away, but can we talk about a total of 5K reached during this run as well?
Yo, 5K, let's
With
go.
everybody involved, that is absolutely incredible. Talk about smashing goals, and there's still a whole bunch more games and incentives that y'all can donate towards. So keep the love going.
I'm gonna have to fill up the weapon points a little bit because we do get knocked down whenever we retry. But a lot of the routing in normal is making sure you have the right sub weapons in the right places, and so we've got backups routed in for a situation like this. No! I saved it! No! Zangetsu just doesn't want to live this run.
Zangetsu's had enough. This is his third game. The moon has come back twice. How does a moon revive?
He's just old and he's tired. He's done. All right, we'll make it through without him.
Yeah, well, and you'll see him a little bit later on in the run.
Yeah.
In the
He'll
next
come
stage,
back.
this is probably one of the most unique bosses I've seen in this game. The Gladiator Dozer. Again, do not ask me to spell that.
I had to write them all out as my splits names, or else I just forget all of the bosses all of the time.
Here we go, picking up the big gun for Robert, and you can just see the amount of damage that big gun inflicts on this monster. Oh, and the shot to the
swag
torso
finish.
does it. And oh no, but he's still coming. But wait, who is that? Please save us. Oh, that person is extremely powerful. Who
could it
are you,
be?
sir? Who are you, sir? That might be able to help us on our quest. Oh, it's a dog. It's a dog. That's right. It is our favorite video game corgi. Named Hachi, the bestest boy, donning that Magitech from Final Fantasy VI mech. Hachi is actually one of the most powerful companions that Zangetsu has encountered on his journey. And as you can see during that loading screen, you can pet the dog in Bloodstained Curse of the Moon too.
I love the devs talking about how they thought they gave Hachi too much, and then they were like, you know what? We don't care. He can be invincible, he can walk on ice, he can break armor. He can do it all,
Yes.
he can fly.
Yeah, so Hachi definitely has a wide array of unique abilities. He has that slight hover. His normal attack can actually pierce through a lot of the breakable objects, and even some bosses plated armor in this game.
Yeah,
And then,
on normal, it's the only way we have to break through any of the armor or anything.
Woo, big gun slide. That's my favorite part of normal.
Yep.
That's my favorite part about normal right there.
So all the other characters slide on ice, and this kickback from the gun. It's nice and fun.
It's a wee! It's so good. It's so good. We were talking about these new branching paths. So I speedrun a lot of the ultimate category, and you don't go through many of these specific paths that Dan's going through right now in normal that you do in ultimate. So this is still a very fresh experience, no matter how you play it.
Yeah.
The game is only like 15 bucks, goes on sale for like 10, and there is near unlimited replayability. Not only do you have a whole bunch of characters to choose from, not only do you have a whole bunch of episodes to play through, you have co-op. If you look on the bottom, or if you look right below Dan's health bar, there is the ability for a second player to join on in. So you have two characters on the screen at the same time, two arrays of differing, abilities. And again, teamwork, making the dream work. Ooh, very nice. Big gun jump right there.
Yeah, that's the hard strat there, or the easy strat that looks hard. So, those are the best.
May I jump in a second?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
I just want to say a big thank you to everybody donating. We have hit $5,000. The 5,000 coming through here. We got a couple of these donations. We have a $20.44 donation from AxeJax, who no comment on this message here, but thank you very much. We have a $5 donation from Anonymous that says, shout out to the runners, commentators, hosts, and mods, and to the cute chat for this amazing marathon. Can we have a $5 donation train for the Trevor Project? Choo-choo. Have it being led by Hachi here. Like, front of the train, right there, $5 behind. Let's go. And then finally, the donation that did it for us, a $117.37 donation from Tiny Tim, who says, hey all, let's get Luigi to the party. You are all amazing. Let's raise more for the Trevor Project. Cheers. P.S. ARG. Oh no. Thank you very much, Tiny Tim. And we have activated the boss's third health bar. Our goal is now $7,000. Can we do it? We are on about the middle of day 2. We've still got more than half of the marathon to go. But for now, back to Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon 2.
Just
absolutely
in time for the boss.
Yeah, this boss you might be familiar with if you play Ritual of the Night. This is Vepar, the actual first boss of the Gallia Minerva. But Inti Creates, as crafty as they are, have decided to kind of spruce up this boss in a wide array of ways. Not only with the brand new attacks, but not only with the cheesy blood effects either from MS Paint, but there is a second form with this fight. Absolutely incredible, but you can trivialize it by destroying all of those spike platforms as Hachi. Now Hachi, with the demon essence of Zangetsu, shares that damage buff, and you can get some nice meaty double hits in here. Oh, and Robert finishing off with the big gun. Absolutely incredible. And I have to say, y'all are absolutely incredible for getting us to $5,000. I believe that 7K is attainable, achievable. This is only Saturday. This is only Saturday morning, y'all. Let's get that $5 train going. Woo woo.
I mean, we got Hachi leading the way, as Argix said, so I mean, there's no better conductor.
All right, now we're halfway through the game, and things are starting to get a little bit interesting, especially with Zangetsu. So we picked up the Soul Eraser there, which actually spruces up all sub-weapons. All sub-weapons that he can get. Yeah, and stage 5 is just... this is the halfway of the point. So like, the enemies get a little bit more tedious to deal with. The stage is long and arduous.
All right, come on, Robert. You got this. Yo, we got it.
Yeah, big gun boost. The BGB.
So all of these platforms are on a global cycle. So once we activate them, they are running throughout the entirety of this level. So we're going to try to get through in enough time that we make all the cycles at the end. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's something interesting about that. Captain Brian, who's like a really great data miner and researcher of this game, realized that the global timers don't start, don't start when you hit the stage, but actually start as soon as you start the game file, like from stage 1 all the way up until now. So in order to keep like on pace with those perfect cycles that Dan was talking about, you got to be really, really consistent with your speedrun times.
And just shout out to Brian in general for everything he's, single-handedly done for this game. Probably had a bigger impact than any individual runner at this point on
absolutely
all of the Curse of the Moon games, or all of the Bloodstained games, I should say.
Yeah. Thanks to him, you can definitely not have to worry about splitting using the PC auto splitter for all of the Bloodstained games.
I'm spoiled at this point because of that. You also got a trainer on the PC that you basically just practice whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want.
Yeah, you can warp to any level, swap to any character. Like practicing for Curse of the Moon 2 is definitely super, easy to grasp. Yeah, as you can see, we just have constant lava hazards everywhere. Stage 5 on and onward just absolutely pulls no punches when it comes to the differing ways that you can essentially die.
So there I grabbed the Demon Essence there, and it's worth noting all these blue and purple lanterns have like a primary and a secondary sub-weapon, and we kind of force them to give us what we want based on what we grab other places in the level, so I can get that Demon Essence right there.
And now here's where the bosses start having a little bit of an RNG element. This is Lava Mandra. You can either have a fast dive, a slow dive from either side. Yeah, I was trying to get a couple, some nice hits in there. Double big gun. Can we get some more?
Oh, got good RNG. Let's go.
Yeah, good marathon luck.
Oh, we got the tail though.
Yep. The good old escalators are eels, but what is this? Showing off the power of the Demon Essence. Oh, that's so good. You can see Zangetsu's aerial attack turns into like the Ninja Gaiden 1's,
Yep.
And it completely decimates enemies' health bars. And while you have the Demon Essence up, your attack points are also buffed. Like getting the Solar Razor makes Zangetsu's move kit a lot more fun.
He's actually useful now. I'm gonna try to keep him alive.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Laxus for the strat in this first room in stage 6. I love the strat.
Oh,
it's so simple, but it's like that room is not fun unless you get through like that.
Really, really good strat. We're gonna ride this treasure spider. And again, whenever we do that jumping attack with Zangetsu, you have the entirety of him actually covered by the hitbox of the sword. So that actually really makes this a little bit safe. I'm gonna grab that gauntlet, which also buffs all the party members' basic attacks.
Yeah, the only thing to worry about now is spinning into a purple lantern and losing the sub-weapon.
Yeah, Dan's pretty much like okay with his current sub-weapon loadout right now. And even though there are very frequent checkpoints throughout this throughout this stage, whenever you do retry, your sub-weapons get reset back to your normal default. So Dominique would lose this really great lance, and Robert would miss out on the big gun.
Yeah, we'll swap for the We'll swap to the scarf on Robert just for marathon safety for the boss, but...
As you see that float to the instant swap to the big gun, it's like a fighting game combo. That was super, super cool. Look at that, another big gun mid-air jump dance.
Robert's too much fun.
Oh my, like the slow crawl and the slight juking, it's so good. And the cool thing about this being a modern retro-esque experience is that you don't have to worry about any of the retro jank. So like what I mean by that, in Curse of the Moon 1, kind of retained that really nice, popular Castlevania element of stairs being extremely inaccurate.
Yeah.
So solid stairs work. Unfortunately, that fixes the out of bounds stuff in Curse of the Moon 1, but that's fine. But this is such a great retro experience, especially, you know, if people wanted to try like a classic Castlevania like Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is definitely it for you.
Picking up the rapid scarf there. Normally we would not, we'd go just with the Demon Essence on Zangetsu here, but for marathon safety, this says the big RNG kind of wall at the end of the game.
Absolutely.
The rapid scarf will kind of smooth things out, hopefully.
All right, Titan Kamun is the name and RNG is the game. Let's see. Oh, okay. The rapid scarf is like basically the Devil May Cry gunslinger mode. Where, like the faster you mash up to a point, you know, the more damage you'll actually deal. So we're being incredibly safe because he's definitely a meanie. But
hey, phase 1, I'll
the
take
Ninja
it.
Gaiden will pull it off. Yeah, that was a really
kill,
clean fight.
Marathon, I'll take it.
And that was a nice bzz.
So the main reason we lose a little bit of time there grabbing rapid scarf is now I've got to change all the sub weapons again in stage 7. Dominique and Robert. So that's where the big time loss is. And every time you swap characters, it takes about a half a second. So like the optimal route is routed all the way down to when are you swapping characters.
Yeah, it gets really, really intricate with the character swapping because, you know, once you're able to take control of all these characters' different abilities, you can start using them interchangeably with one another, and it makes for a lot of fun. Look at that!
Gotta get the swag hover.
I love that back hover because it just reminds me of like a truck backing up. Just
Somebody mod in that beep beep sound, please.
Here we go, more teamwork making a dream work. The pogo to the float. I'm actually gonna stay quiet for this one, this room right here.
Biggest killer is these platforms coming up underneath your feet and stealing your hover. All right.
Oh yeah, that's why you gotta do the extra jump there, especially off of that old demon turret.
Normally I wouldn't run through there with his Hachi's invincibility up the whole time, but might as well be safe. Oh, that's a good
Here we got even. Oh, yeah, that was a great damage boost. It was another pretty hectic part of the run.
Yeah, all of this is, hoping your timing is lined up.
A really cool thing about Hachi, besides, you know, him being able to destroy nearly everything with the Magitek armor, but when the dog actually suffers a little bit of damage, he's only knocked back like a very small amount.
Right, here is the big skip left in the game. Try to get somewhere we
Oh,
don't
not
belong.
frog hallway.
Oh, well, who do we want to die here?
I think you could still.
We'll let Robert die. That was so close. I almost thought I was gonna make it. I didn't get quite enough height off the jump, off the very first jump there.
Yeah, it's quite a hectic jump.
Yeah, everything's got to line up perfectly on normal to get just the pixel up there, but.
Trying to figure out. I was trying to see if we can get up there with that regardless, but I think you definitely need the Robert because you don't have a double jump for Zangetsu.
I would normally. I could have lost Zangetsu and then tried again, but then I wouldn't have Zangetsu for the boss, so I kind of. Now I have to remember how to do this room. Oh yeah, there it is. There's also a shortcut in this room with Robert, but
yeah, Robert just a pretty integral part to the new cast to begin with. Like Hachi has the utility, but Robert I think has like the most like time save, just based on like what you can do with him.
He does a lot of damage, and then the big gun is just you have so many platforming options that the big gun just gives you that tiny little bit of extra. That really, the big gun gets you places where you're not supposed to be, which is how you actually skip things. A lot of the other things are kind of dev intended, but when you add that gun in there.
And here goes the 7th boss. Gremory is back again. The moon is back again. Oh,
good
2
paddling.
hands up in the air.
I felt sorry for me.
For those that don't know, Gremory is like one of the main antagonists in Ritual of the Night, and also you get to fight Gremory in Curse of the Moon as well.
All right, I'll take that. That was a really fast fight.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, and we have one more stage to go.
Can't die in the end of the fights here, so thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully.
Unless you're playing Nightmare mode.
Yeah, Legend Hunter mode. So yeah, at the end of every boss's desperation attack, it can inflict a whole bunch of damage. You could actually die from it. So yeah, it's a good thing we're playing normal.
Well, it's like that in Boss Rush too. Your health carries over from boss to boss, so it's actually like you don't want to get hit.
This is such a good stage 8. It's such a good like final stage. You got you got good old Abaddon and Beelzebub with the swarming flies and locusts and all that trying to chase after you. So it's kind of like, you can't spend too much time thinking. Like you gotta go, or else you will be eviscerated by these flies. But you can attack the spear in order to, repel them for a short bit.
Timing gets to be really important. All right, Robert. There we go.
Big gonna get. Oh,
we're 2 for
damage boosting off of the hammer throw.
2 for 3 on big Robert moves there, so I'll take that for a marathon.
Yeah, Robert's still the MVP of the game. All right, let's make things clear. Never mind the fact that this dog in a Magitech mech armor is literally just walking through everything.
A little short on weapon points here, so we won't be able to do all of the fancy things in Climb 1. That was fortunate. Normally you could use Robert right there. But, alright. Yeah. Threw short like 4, I think. But.
Yeah, Robert's big gun takes 6 weapon energy. And like, yeah, everyone's kind of like 3rd tier weapon. It takes a whole bunch of weapon energy besides Zangetsu.
All right, we're getting close. Getting close. We're good on everything. I'm gonna grab this pot right here. Oh no, that's a single. Shows how much I actually get down.
Yeah, since Hachi only has the hyper armor as the special move, any purple candles that you break will just arbor a lot of weapon energy instead.
Imagine playing this game for the first time and not knowing you could do this. Just think how frustrating this section would be.
I remember when I tried to route out this section without it, and then along came Alexis. Oh, you can just do this instead. Now this is the final staircase before the big battle. And actually there is a secret area downstairs that'll actually outfit you with a whole bunch of, sub weapons and life.
We don't need them. All right, we got two stages for the last boss. Here we go.
All right, so he'll just try to skirt back and just try to avoid you, but we are absolutely in there. So whenever he turns into the swarm of locusts and flies and all that, like that will actually hurt. So we manipulate him to the far right side because this sprite, or rather his his AI only wants him to skirt back and just try to zone out. But if we're behind him, we don't have to deal with any of that. So that's an easy phase 1 down.
Robert is going to come to play, and let's see if we can't quick kill this guy. Giant bug man.
I was gonna say, yeah. 28 weapon energy should be enough, right?
It's just the positioning that's a little wonky. Get his toe right on the edge.
Got it.
There we go.
All right, so we'll get damage boosted back, but we'll still have 1 foot on the ledge. So we are still up in there for the gunslinging.
Time.
Oh. GG, phenomenal.
You know, with the deaths in stage 3, I'll take it 36. So that is Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Thanks again to Bobby for hopping in this morning and doing commentary. I appreciate being able to be a part of this marathon. I always cherish my chances to help raise money for the Treasure Project. So I know we're about 10 minutes behind, so I won't take any more time. Thanks to everybody, all the runners, everybody that's out there in the wings supporting everything. I'm Dan, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
All right, we are going to switch out quickly here, get ourselves set up for our next little segment. It is going to be a celebration of life in memory of the Only Kid by Seraphim. We're going to get ourselves set up for that. Dan the VP, thank you very much for the run. Bobby, thank you very much for the commentary. Don't forget to follow both these awesome people, twitch.tv/Dan the VP and twitch.tv/TheBlacktastic. We will be right back, folks.